So this video is going to be walking through some textbook question solutions. Okay, so this question is from page 128 and it's number 1. And it's talking about a huge wave, ocean wave or tsunami, going a certain distance in a certain amount of time. Then you need to calculate the speed. Okay, so something different that we haven't done so far is using the scientific notation. Okay, so we'll practice that on our calculator. First thing we want to do is figure out what we're working with here. Okay, so we have a time in seconds, we have a distance in meters. How do we know? Because it says distance, and seconds is a measure of time, and it said to calculate the average speed. Okay, so let's do it. So let's put our distance is 4.0 times 10 to the 6 meters. Okay, time is 3.6 times 10 to the 4 meters, seconds, sorry. Okay, so that's like going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's about how many that is. And 3.6 times 10 to the 4 is 3. Move the decimal over 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that'd be 36,000 seconds, right? But we're using scientific notation, so let's stick with that. Our speed is going to be what we're trying to find out, and that's going to be measured in meters per second. So our first step was to list our variables. Second step is to put the formula. Okay, so speed is distance divided by time. Let's put in our numbers. We have 4.0 times 10 to the 6 meters divided by 3.6 times 10 to the 4 seconds. Okay, now punching it in your calculator, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to do like this, 4.0, and mine is shift this little 10x button that you can't see. Okay, shift 10x. Okay, and you get that little 10. And what was the exponent? 6. Okay, and just to prove it that it's actually what the right number is, you can push enter. And see, just like we said, okay, it's 4 with that many zeros, right? And that's going to be divided by 3.6. Again, use this exponent. Okay, so shift 10 to the 4. Okay, that was what we had in our question for. So divided by 3.6 times 10 to the 4, okay, is 1.1111. Okay, and just to make sure that it's correct, let's put the whole thing together. 10 to the 6 divided by 3.6 times 10 to the 4. Okay, I must have punched it in differently when I was here doing it this way. Okay, and so you want to do it the old-fashioned way, you go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divided by 3, 6, 1, 2, 3. Because we moved it over 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, and we should end up with the same number, and we do. Okay, so like I said, I must have pushed the wrong number when I was doing this originally. Okay, let's fix it. So you would write 101 or 11.1 repeating. Okay, that's how you write that. And then let's check the significant digits. Okay, you only can have 2. So we have 2 significant digits here, 2 significant digits here. Okay, so we're going to make it 1.1. And let's move our decimal over twice. Okay, so times 10 to the 2. And speed needs to be meters per second. Where would I lose a point here? Well, I had the answer wrong initially. Okay, but I need my units all the way along. Okay, next one, we're working on a different textbook page. Okay, page 128, or same page, different question. Okay, Concorde airplane has an average speed. Okay, so you do that on your own first. How long will it take to go that far? Okay, Concorde airplane is a fast one. Okay, so you list your variables. 694 meters per second is your speed. How long it takes, that's what you're trying to find out. And your distance is 4 times 10 to the 7 meters. Okay, your next step is to put the formula. T is d over v. Next step, put in your numbers. What was d? 4.0 times 10 to the 7 meters. What was v? 694 meters per second. Okay, again, like the last question, you're going to use your exponent buttons. Mine is this little one here. Okay, so 4 times 10 to the 7. Okay, you can do that if you like to make it look like a number you're more familiar with. Okay, but it should be the same. Okay, you can always double check just for your confidence, as long as it doesn't slow you down too much. There you go, it's the same. Okay, so you're going to write that whole number down on your paper. So time is 57636.88761. Okay, seconds. And I sometimes do things in 2 steps. Okay, I will put that in scientific notation first sometimes. Okay, so move the decimal over 1, 2, 3, 4 times, means 10 to the 4. And then I checked my second significant digits second. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 significant digits, 1, 2, 3 significant digits, so that's how many I have to have in my answer. So we have 5.76, which I rounded from this number, times 10 to the 4 seconds. Okay, now you got to double check that it didn't ask you it in hours or something. Okay, always make sure that your final answer is in the units. And they just said how long, so you can leave it in seconds. Okay, page 41, number 9. A boat travels at a velocity of 8 meters per second north. Okay, so velocity has direction. So let's put that with listing our variables. And let's throw the north in there. Okay, for 14 seconds, that's time. Okay, and it says, what is the displacement? Okay, so if we're not sure what displacement is or what the formula is, let's have a quick peek at our formula sheet. So we're looking for which one says displacement equals something. That's distance, that's speed, that's time. There's displacement. And it has velocity and time. Is that what we're working with? Yep. Okay, so let's put the correct formula. Okay, let's pick that one. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you write it with a little x or a dot or side by side. Okay, those all mean to multiply. So let's do it. Displacement was velocity times time. That was step 2. Step 3 is to plug in your numbers. I don't usually put the vectors in the question here, but we keep it in mind as we go through. Let's make sure it's not too high. Okay, my decimal. We always have to write nicely, right? So we don't make any mistakes. And we put our units. Step 4 is do the math. Okay, 8 times 14. Some of you might know your 14's timetables. I'm not one of them. 112. Okay, now let's check our significant digits. 1, 2, 3 significant digits. 1, 2, 3 significant digits. 1, 2, 3 significant digits. We're done. Great. Okay, let's see if we can do number 10 before my timer runs out. Okay, page 141, number 10. An airplane flying at a velocity of 900 kilometers per hour. Oops, we forgot the direction on the last question. Okay, let's put it on. North. Okay, 400 kilometers. How long will it take? So we've got a time. That's what we're looking for. We have a distance here. And it's in kilometers this time. Okay, so we have to notice that and do something with it. Okay, and 900 kilometers per hour. Okay, let's see how we go here. Time is usually in seconds, but if this is talking in kilometers, this is kilometers per hour, we can maybe just leave our time in hours instead. So we don't have to do any conversions. Okay, was it velocity or was it speed? It said velocity, so we need the little arrow. Okay, so that means we're working with displacement because it has a direction here. And velocity, so I make a 9. And let's make sure we're putting the right direction. Okay, it's west, not east. That was step 1. Step 2, let's find our formula. Okay, oh, we don't remember which one it is? Okay, that's okay. Let's bust out our handy dandy formula sheet. Okay, we're looking for t equals, and it has a displacement and a velocity. Okay, this is speed, this has velocity, this is acceleration, we don't need that one. Okay, so t equals something with displacement and velocity. Here we go. Okay, so d over v. Okay, let's plug in our numbers. Okay, and you might think, why does it matter which direction they're going? Because later when you get more advanced, you need to sometimes do triangles and force diagrams, okay, and figure out the overall distance or the overall average in a particular question. So it's always good to show our steps early on. Okay. Okay, so 400 divided by 900, I don't know, like 0.5 or something, pretty close. 0.4, sure. Okay, so 0.4 repeating. Okay, and this is in kilometers, and this is in hours, so those cancel out. And let's just leave our answer in hours, because these were the same. Okay, so 0.4 repeating, but we're not going to leave that as an answer. Okay, we've got to check our significant digits first. See how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we need 3. We only have 1 here. So you could put either 4.444 as an answer. That's kind of weird. Okay, so you could put 4.44 times 10 to the negative 1 hours. Okay, or maybe you want to convert that into seconds. Okay, so you can. So times 60. Just about time for a break. Just in time. And we're going to run out of time on my video anyway. Okay, so if you want to put so that'd be how many minutes? Okay, then it's a little bit more of a normal number. Okay, but it's up to you. Okay, so you'll want to clarify with your teacher what they want you to do. And we're done for that particular question.